Welcome to Encounter Israel, and welcome to the city of David, the very heart of ancient Jerusalem. Today we're visiting an archaeological site which many believe was the actual palace of King David. And what does this place tell us about the reign of Israel's greatest king? And do these ruins prove the Bible to be true? Let's have a look around David's palace with Zev Ornstein, the Director of International Affairs for the City of David Foundation. Zev, it's great to have you as our guide here in the city of David. Now we're in David's palace, which many believe is right where the Bible said it would be. The Bible also talks about a whole lineage of kings after David, Judean kings. What proofs have you found of this?
So, the same Dr. Mazar who believes this is King David's palace, she was excavating here a decade ago, and she found something that changes the way how people relate both to where we're standing here in the city of David and how many people relate to the Bible. So in ancient times, when people wanted to send secure communications, they didn't have the encryption and encoding that we have today. They would write a letter, they would roll it up, tie it up, and then they would take a small piece of clay and put it on the knot. And then you would take your ring, stick it into the clay, and now on your ring and on this seal is your name and then son or daughter of your father's name. Dr. Mazar is digging here a decade ago, and she finds 2 seals with names that appear in the Bible.
Oh my.
But not only do they appear in the Bible, the names on the seals date back to the period of 2,500 years ago, the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem, going back to the time of the biblical King Zedekiah, the prophet Jeremiah. And we know about Jeremiah. Jeremiah was telling all the people, if you don't change your ways, then Jerusalem is going to be destroyed. No one wants to listen to what he has to say. The people mock him, scorn him, beat him up, lock him up. Until years go by, and one day the Babylonians come, they surround the city. Jeremiah goes to the king, King Zedekiah, and he says to the king, it's too late to save Jerusalem. However, if you, King Zedekiah, tell all the soldiers to surrender the city, then you and your family will go off into exile and you'll live. But if you don't, Jerusalem will be destroyed, and you, King Zedekiah, you will die. And the last thing you'll see before him being put to death will be your children murdered before your eyes. Now it sounds like this Jeremiah is a traitor, right? And so what advice do the ministers of the king give to do with this traitor Jeremiah? Well, they say we've got to kill him. And if you open up to Jeremiah chapter 38, it lists the 4 officials of King Zedekiah, any advice they give to get rid of Jeremiah. 2 of the 4 ministers of King Zedekiah, their seals were found here, right? Gedaliah son of Pashhur, Juchal son of Shlemiah. Not only do they appear in the Bible, not only do they appear in the same book of the Bible, the book of Jeremiah, not only do they appear in the same chapter, Jeremiah 38, not only do the seals found where we're standing, not only do they appear in the same verse, Jeremiah 38:1, they appear in that verse back to back, one right after the other. Right? And also standing over here, Dr. Mazar announced 4 years ago the discovery of another seal, the seal bearing the name of Hezekiah, son of Ahaz, king of Judah.
That's amazing. Not just an advisor to the king, but an actual king in the lineage of David.
That's right. And so what you see here is that the discoveries being made in the city of David allow a person not only to believe, but to know, where you could see that the connection that the Jewish people have, that Christians have to Jerusalem, our shared biblical heritage, is not simply a matter of faith, but a matter of fact. It's real, you could see it, you could touch it, and it's being discovered all around us as we speak.
And they're written in a Hebraic script. You've got the Hebrew language, you've got these kings mentioned in the Bible. What does all this say about the historic Jewish connection to this place?
It says that it is something that cannot be denied. There are certainly those who would wish otherwise, but we have been here for thousands of years. The stones are crying out. The connection of the Jewish people to Jerusalem has been going on for thousands of years and will be going on for thousands of years more.
Well, Zev, this is all so fascinating, and thanks for being with us on Encounter Israel.
Thanks for having me.